in the middle of the struggle. The 5 October 2022, it's 6 o'clock in the night, Saquarema City, Rio de Janeiro State, Federative Unit, Brazil. We will make our report quite clear. We will review everything we did at this piece, supporting the antitrust justice, and we will have something like this. We have our model filled and with total capacity to operate from global until local, which implies passing through local, and from local until global, passing through local. We will review and move. The first movement we had was supposing that I must consider a treasury, which is, for instance, my credit as 37 trillion with the period as research. And we decided to swap the risk into pink diamonds. And I pick 1 trillion here. And we decided to transfer this to an area that has problems. Systemic problems, structural problems, and all kind of things, misery, diseases, and deficit in ways, disgraces. And we will give this credit plus the support to charge 1 trillion, and they will give us the diamonds we need, or the stones we need. And of course that this will will highlight the clandestine market of those stones and everything supported by this. And we do a legal operation. We can exploit the soil and all things, and if accepted, it's a model. And we observe that they will receive 1 trillion as credit, have nothing to apply this money, and so we decided to put them at the game as consumer market, offering a portfolio. And we observe general needs they have, as department stores and guns. Instead of have the clandestine market of guns, indeed we had the clandestine resource used to exchange things as the diamond. Now, in a regular way, now we are offering real guns for real purpose. And maybe the technology or something like this, and they have a portfolio. But since we had these huge structures as portfolio there, they will have something else, which is the dignity at the labor market. And they will apply their human resources here, considering that we are talking about the capitalism as the real capitalism working like this. And they will now have the wealth cycle kicking with 1 trillion as credit pretty chargeable today, and they will work and receive money, and they will pay their tax regular and a lot of things. And this, for instance, if those are American companies, those companies, of course, that will transfer the money according with the bank system without this bullshit as digital payments and things like this. We are working in a very traditional way with things that are for real. And we have our wealth cycle here. I'm not gonna raise this board. So beautiful, isn't it? It's the American greed, 100% American business. Brazil considered big bullshit. Now, we will observe that this model, in the same way we have the global conjuncture for global development, I can apply for control. And instead of have my trillion compensation, I will have the national treasury or the account treasury, and goes like this: transferring money to peers related with but it's a diverted money, and they will redistribute with peer related with and having others level here that will try to enter the scam or will be kind of attracted by offers made in order to obtain a better price. And one of the elements at the trust is the pricing scam. The other is the adjustment between players to have the competition at the market frustrated. I'm very tired today. So we will have now that here I have other elements, and these, as you know, things that they can do and offer. And now we will observe that the money diverted and having the distribution after the diverted process in general by an overpriced contract to have a redistribution according with levels of influence at this scam, having the insider trading, the self-dealing, and the exploitation of prestige to receive the real money, receive the credit, or receive and transfer the hot-end credit. Transference of hot-end credit in a conjuncture using e-commerce or things like this is named systemic risk at the international financial system. The international area has total legitimacy to do what they are doing. And I will now nominate these as drivers. I will have my driver alpha as conjuncture, for instance Brazil, my driver A as my federative unit, Rio de Janeiro, and the driver A, B, and C as the seats, Rio de Janeiro, Saquarema, and any other seat, could be New York or New Jersey, whatever. Then we'll check that from the entrance at this to buy something that is very attractive to you by a lower price or something like this, which is economic crime, sometimes named dump. When you but the lower price, having any kind of stimulus in general by illicit ways, having the insertion, and putting the competitor down and trying to achieve and obtain more shares at the market. It's a legal crime, obvious. And when we told you yesterday that the organized crime there's nothing wrong in the way they corrupt the judge or the director, it doesn't mean that it's not a crime. It's a crime, but they are criminals. You can't expect something different from a criminal organization. They will commit crimes. The most wrong piece is the judge, is the director. Yeah, I will check that this cross-cut here I can do as an interval A, B, and C, or using the Venn diagram A, B, and C. A, B, and C. This area here in the middle, which is the common area to them all, is the A. And I need only one. From my groups here. A, B, and C are inside the A, And all this is inside the alpha. We have chairs number 1 as conjuncture Brazil, or my global company, as my federative unit or department, for instance, of marketing or finances or whatever, and offices at this department. In the same way, the seats, the federative unit de Brazil, chair number 1, Rio de Janeiro, Saquarema, any other seat, and federative unit. Now, instead of have this, let's consider that we will have big stars at the center. And those big stars at the center, we will kick like this. We will erase this board now, finally. And then we will check that's like this. The big star will have their careers made little by little every day, and they indeed, at least at the past, have a huge talent to do something. They can be a great singer, dancer, or whatever, boxer. And nowadays sometimes things are different. In the same way at the sports, when you commit crimes, and have after obtain advantage through this, the organization of sports events in global scale to only have the purpose crime. And the show business, and indeed is, in a very awful situation. The model goes like this. I will have my big star number 1, and it's a big star that, for instance, has, I will use for a measurement that's no relation, but we will consider this model. The following elements and people that is follow this big star at the social media, for instance, the Instagram or whatever, and the relation as something with the property and gains wealth that this big star has. For instance, that I will consider that I have this big star here, I have another big star here, and another one. Let's pick three drivers: Justin Bieber, Bruno Mars, and the new young lady that is the Dua Lipa or something like this. The Justin Bieber has, more money than the others and more followers than the others. The second, we have this Bruno Mars, right? And the new entrance is the Dua Lipa. Let's suppose. I will observe that if this goes by frequency, the facility, I would say, at Dua Lipa will probably be a repetition as facility on Bruno Mars, and will be a repetition as facility on Justin Bieber. And I just have as need to track this. I will have at this area here a frequency. See? Now, I will observe that to the Justin Bieber has this situation here. Let's put, 50 millions. Bruno Mars has 30 millions. And Dua Lipa has 5 millions. From the 5 millions as new entrants, which is the estimative, and the estimative is oriented to the continued at the showbiz, I will have the monitoring process and observe things to understand how this 5 here will be to the 30 here, and then I will have the follow-up. Frequency will indicate the kind of follow-up that I will do. until 2028, the kind of follow-up that I will do. The trend is legal or not legal. Now I will put names. I will have the A as the Justin Bieber, the B the Bruno Mars, and the C the Dua Lipa. And I will operate with the Venn diagram one more time with the A, with the B, and with the C. And I will check that this area in the middle is the frequency. It's 5 million or something like this. It is this frequency here. See? And if we consider, according with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, that this is interconnected, after have the connection, I will try to understand by similarity and inference if could we have any other event or situation to be at the center, like a music event, for instance the Rock in Rio, or no any other things. And we are observing that our follow-up indeed works very good. We could check the values, we could have the measurement by geographic space, considering the event and the land as geographic space that is hosting this event. And we will stop here and let our institution on United States of America work. We will consider another thing before, which is an extra estimative as my driver. See, quoting mark. It's a DJ. Let's suppose Sam Divine. It's a DJ. And Sam Divine indeed has only $3. 3 million. And then we are working with the regression. The 3 million is inside this. Even if it's not inside the event, it's inside the, period. There's 5 million. It's a regression. From our 5 million coming to our 3 million, we will check who is at the ground zero, leading the preference at the showbiz. And this preference leaded by this head will be qualified according with that model at the board, which is the optimization we did and the violation you made. The consequence you are suffering, you all by law. The compensation is my legal right as guarantee with essential clause as payroll is anti-crime budget. You have the right to be individualized and sent to jail. We are working according with the law, the Constitution, not only in Brazil, only to present the case, but especially in the United States of America. See? Have a great night. Show business, all legal.